Hello and welcome to the Middlesex County Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools with us here today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have just a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within 24 hours at strivescan.com/Middlesex. That's strivescan.com/Middlesex. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Florida Southern College.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, let me share my screen. All right. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Brian Emery. I'm a senior admissions counselor with Florida Southern College. Normally Sherry Brown is our counselor who would work with students from this area. She had something come up this evening, so I'm going to cover for her, but still really excited to share with you about Florida Southern, everything that we have to offer. All right, so a little general information about us. We are one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. We're located in Lakeland, which is right in between Tampa and Orlando, so very central in the state. A little over 3,000 students across all of our different programs. 60% of our students come from the state of Florida. The other 40% come from just about every state in the country and also from over 40 different countries from around the world. We do have a pretty good international student population as well. Academically, we're very comprehensive, over 70 programs to choose from. Along with that, we have a lot of pre-professional tracks, so pre-medicine, pre-law, pre-dentistry, pre-physical therapy, et cetera, et cetera. So some good options for students looking to go to those type of graduate programs. We do have some graduate programs on our campus as well in areas, for example, business, accounting, education, nursing, physical therapy, psychology, to name a few. So definitely some good options for students looking to continue into a higher level graduate program and maybe staying with us. We even have some accelerated options in those, as you can see at the top middle portion. Students that maybe can get their bachelor's and master's in 5 years for accounting, business, education, and psychology. So definitely some good options there. All right, so kind of the classroom environment. We're a very active and very engaged learning environment. We think it's really important for students to learn by doing a lot with their education. So kind of mixing in some of the traditional lecturing and sort of absorbing information, but then bridging that with showing you how to use that knowledge and how to basically what the practical skills are associated with everything that you're learning in college. So certainly being a smaller school, that does help. Our average class size, you can see there, is pretty small. Typically, generally 15 to 20 is the overall range you'll see most of your classes in. And also, as well, we think it's really important, all of our classes are taught by the professors. We do not have any graduate assistants or teaching assistants teaching the courses. You might see some GAs and TAs helping professors with side things, but not actually teaching the classes. We think it's important that our students are learning from experts. Now, one of the most important things from my presentation today is going to be our 3 guarantees. So we guarantee these 3 experiences for any student that comes to Florida Southern. First and foremost, we guarantee a study abroad trip at little or no additional cost, which is how we're able to guarantee that. We don't want finances to be an obstacle that prevents students from studying abroad. We guarantee an internship. This is really important for professional experience. We also guarantee graduation in 4 years. The national average, surprisingly, is about 5.5 to get a bachelor's degree. So we think it's important for students to get a really good education, be well prepared, but do that in an efficient time. So if you only take one thing from my presentation tonight, our 3 guarantees: study abroad, internship, and then 4-year graduation. All right, moving a little more towards student life. So it's a really active and vibrant student body. We have over 125 clubs and organizations. That's everything from honor societies and academic clubs and organizations to kind of more fun things as simple as Harry Potter Club. You know, there's a wide range of different clubs and organizations on campus. We want you to feel like this is a home away from home, that you're feeling connected, you're making friends and feeling a part of the community while you're here. We do have Greek life as well, 6 sororities and 7 fraternities. So that's a good option for students if they're interested in that. And then also we do have multiple campus ministries. We are Methodist affiliated, but there are no requirements. So you don't have to attend, chapel services or do Bible studies or anything like that. We don't force it. But if that is a big part of your life, we do have those opportunities for sure. All right, athletics. We are Division II. We're the third most successful Division II athletic program in the country. So very, very strong, successful athletic program. We do have some really cool club sports as well, some kind of non-traditional options: water ski, equestrian, esports, ice hockey, and cheerleading. So if you're looking for the college experience, whether you want to be an athlete yourself or whether you want to maybe just be able to go to games and kind of have that experience, while you're in college, you'll definitely find that here with a really, really strong athletic program. All right, so application process. First and most important, it is free. There is no cost to apply. On the upper left, you can see we have our own application. We also accept the Common App and the Coalition App. It's totally up to you. We don't have a preference. And we are test optional. So if you want to submit test scores, you're welcome to, but if you don't want to, that's okay as well. The items on the upper right, you can see there the different items that we would require: your application, your high school transcripts, personal essay, and then recommendation letter. Again, test scores if you would like, but not required. And it is rolling admissions. So typically once we get every single item that we need, we can get you a decision within about 3 to 4 weeks. So we're just constantly rolling along, sending decisions out. And then information on the bottom left gives you a general idea on the averages for students coming to Florida Southern. So not the minimums, but the averages. Weighted GPA, honors, AP, dual enrollment, IB, Cambridge are all weighted. And then the middle range for super scored tests. So again, not the minimums, but just kind of gives you a general idea on the average student coming to Florida Southern. All right, and then lastly, financial aid. We do offer merit scholarships at the time of admission. So if you apply and are accepted, you're automatically considered for those. We have talent-based scholarships for athletics and fine arts, academic scholarships and need-based grants, lots of financial aid opportunities from us and from other sources as well. And then lastly, definitely come visit us if you can. Really, any college, if you get a chance to visit, really helps with the decision process and figuring out what school is going to be a good fit for you. So thanks so much. That's it for me.
Thank you very much. And a reminder to all of our participants that if you have questions for any of our schools here today, please use that Q&A function. They'll answer your questions at any time during these presentations. They'll also drop their contact info in the chat so you can get in contact with them that way. Up next, we have Monmouth University.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I will be brief with my 6 minutes. So I want to start by looking at Monmouth, just by the numbers, because it really is the framework of the entire student experience here. So we have about 4,500 undergraduate students and around 1,500 graduate students. With that, we're able to maintain an average class size of 21 students a class. And we do have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're getting direct access to all of our faculty. We always say at Monmouth, Hawks fly together, so we really do have a close-knit campus community. If you're looking for a smaller school in terms of enrollment numbers and classroom sizes, but you really want that large school feel in terms of sporting events and school spirit, Monmouth really is a great option. I want to talk a little bit about our location. So we're located right in the heart of West Long Branch, New Jersey, so about 40 minutes or so from Middlesex County, depending where you live. So a really nice location. We're a mile from the beach, which is my personal favorite part about campus. You really can't beat this. You can walk there with your friends after class, set up a blanket. You can live in our University Bluffs as a junior or senior, which is oceanfront housing for the upperclassmen. We're also about an hour away from New York, an hour and a half from Philly, so a nice location when you're thinking about internships and co-op opportunities. And then our campus itself is really historic as well, as you can see in this middle picture right here. The local area makes up a lot of the Monmouth experience as well. Just about 5 miles south, we have historic Asbury Park. We also have Lake House recording studios there where our music industry students will actually record music and produce it. And then Red Bank is about 6 miles north, so lots of shops, lots of restaurants. So all that to say is that when the weekends roll around, our students are staying on campus. About 86% of our students actually do choose to live on campus in their first year. And we do have a requirement that unless you're a true commuter, meaning you're living at home, you do have to live on campus both your first year and your sophomore year as well. We do have over 100 different clubs and organizations. We have Greek clubs, cultural clubs, academic clubs, social clubs. You name it, we probably have it. And on the screen is just a snapshot of some of those 100 plus clubs and organizations. So we have a Veterans Association, a Black Student Union. This guy right here in the middle living his absolute best life. He's a part of our surf club on campus. So Maybe you've never considered surfing before, but you're a mile from the beach, so definitely take advantage of those cool opportunities. We do have 24 Division I sports teams on campus. The newest addition coming this fall was women's rowing, so we're super excited about that expansion. Like I said, you're looking for a large school feel in terms of athletics with those smaller school numbers. Monmouth is really a great place to consider. We also have club and intramural sports as well, if you want to play a little bit less competitively. We'll switch over and talk about the academics. So I always like to ask, what do you want your education to do for you? And we encourage you to explore your different passions at Monmouth. And we also build experiential education into the curriculum. So no matter what you're studying, you're actually going to be required to get hands-on experiences. So our marine and environmental biology and policy students, they're completing their experiential education by tracking and tagging sharks off the coastal waters. But our nursing students are completing that experiential education by doing clinical experiences and rotations in Monmouth Medical Center, Jersey Shore Medical Center, which are 2 local hospitals. So this is a list of all of our different majors. We have around 30, as well as a ton of different minors that aren't listed on the screen. Some of our most popular in terms of enrollment numbers are business, education, communication, health studies. We do have some really unique majors as well. We just introduced a new dual degree program in criminal justice and social work. We have a music industry program, which combines music and business and focuses on the production aspect. So some really awesome majors too. And then we have some accelerated programs as well. Our faculty are great. About 75% of them hold terminal degrees or PhDs in their field, which means they earn the highest degree that they could possibly earn. And with that 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, you are getting direct access to them. And they help our students get internships. About 76% of our students have secured an internship, a practicum, or a co-op prior to their senior year. And this experiential education requirement and the internships that our students are completing are helping them get jobs after they graduate. So about 96% of our students have actually secured full-time employment or graduate school acceptances just within months of graduation. So we have an awesome career services department on campus to help with that. We have tons of different study abroad opportunities, partnerships with universities listed on the screen in Argentina, in Spain, in Italy, in Germany, in England, in Australia. We also have some short-term faculty-led abroad programs, and we have global experience programs, which are service learning trips to Haiti or Guatemala. With my last minute, I just want to talk about the application process to Monmouth. So we will take the common application. We also have a Monmouth University specific application on our website. Neither one holds more merit than the other. It's whatever is most easy and convenient for you. We have 3 different deadlines. Early decision, which is a binding option. You would have to apply by November 15th. We have an early action option, which is non-binding, and you would have to apply by December 1st, and you'll be notified by January 15th. And then we will take applications on a rolling basis after that December 1st deadline up until March 1st, which is our regular decision deadline. Keep in mind, we are offering a test optional application as of right now through the fall of 2023. And then all of our accelerated programs, so our nursing program, our 3+3 program for occupational therapy, physician assistant, or it's actually now a 3+2 program in speech language pathology. They all share that December 1st deadline date. So you just have to apply by December 1st if you're interested in any of those programs. With that, I will go ahead and leave my contact information in the chat. If you want to reach me, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. And there goes my timer.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yes, all of our participants here today will put their contact info in the chat so you can reach out to these schools after this as well. Up next, we have Wilkes University.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. My name is Maureen Iskra. I am the admissions counselor for your area of New Jersey. A little bit about Wilkes. We have 2,200 undergraduate students from 31 states and 15 countries. We also do have about 2,500 post-grad students as well. Smaller school, again, average class size is about 21. We have a 12-to-1 faculty student ratio, 45 different majors, and pre-professional programs across 6 different schools. So we have a nursing school, the Nesbitt School of Pharmacy, College of Science and Engineering, the Sidhu School of Business, School of Education, and our College of Arts and Humanities. 100% of students will participate in some sort of research, co-op, internship, capstone, experiential learning. So That is something that we pride ourselves on and is important for all of our students. We are located in a city called Wilkes-Barre. It's in northeastern Pennsylvania. So although we are a small private university, we do sit in a city of about 40,000. So it's not New York, it's not Philadelphia, but it's also not middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. So it's a nice little mix. There's also a nice mix of outdoor activities, hiking, biking, fishing, boating, things like that, along with downtown, which you can go to, there's a lot of mom and pop shops, restaurants, coffee shops, the movie theater, bowling alley, the FM Kirby Center for Performing Arts. So that's all within walking distance. We also have the New York Yankees farm team, which is about 10-15 minutes from our campus. It's their AAA team called the Rail Riders. And we are home, Wilkes-Barre is home to the Pittsburgh Penguins AAA team. So that's about 5-10 minutes from campus. So there's definitely nothing short of a ton of things to do on the weekends, not only on campus, but within the city. I'm going to start off quick with the admissions process here. There's 2 ways to apply. You could either apply at wilkes.edu/apply or on the Common App. We don't prefer one over the other. It doesn't matter. Our application fee has been waived for the fall of 22. We are test optional as well for this fall, including all of our programs, including engineering, pharmacy, and nursing. All we require right now is a completed application and your official transcripts sent from your high school. However, there are some programs that require additional application material, which is our performing arts. So there is an audition for our performing arts. And then our pharmacy guaranteed seat program, we need 3 letters of recommendation, a pharmacy specific essay. And then you also might be, depending upon your application, invited to campus to participate in a guaranteed seat interview. We offer all of our students are an award between $13,000 and $25,000 per year. That would be guaranteed for the 4 years that you're at Wilkes, and that's merit-based. We also offer a $2,000 out-of-state award just because you're from New Jersey and we love New Jersey so much, so we just give you a $2,000 out-of-state award. And that is also guaranteed for the 4 years that you're here. We do give need-based aid as well. So not only do we give the merit scholarships, but we also give need-based aid, which is based off the family financial situation. So make sure you do your FAFSA. A little bit about campus and living on campus. You are guaranteed housing for all 4 years at Wilkes. We also allow our freshmen to have cars on campus. There are 2 residence halls dedicated to honors students. We have a really strong honors program. One of the cool things for our freshmen is one of the options that we have is mansion style living, which are these big, beautiful mansions that we have on campus with fireplaces, stained glass windows, chandeliers, crown molding. They're just really beautiful and really unique. And it really gives you that, homey feeling. We also have suite style, which is 2 rooms joined by a Jack and Jill bathroom, your traditional college style dorms, very traditional. And then we do have apartments for upperclassmen. So we have our largest, which is 14-floor apartment building, which has, obviously it's your own apartment, but it does have a balcony that overlooks either the city or the river. So it's a really nice area for our students. In terms of campus life, we have over 80 clubs and organizations on campus. There's ones that are going to be based off of your academics, sports, faith, culture, diversity, leadership, really anything and everything you can think of. We really encourage our students to participate in clubs and organizations, and we want you to so much that we have dedicated every Tuesday and every Thursday between 11 and 1 to club hours. So there are no classes between 11 and 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays because we want you to participate in clubs and organizations. My favorite club that we have on campus is our adventure education. It's called Wilkes Adventure Education. And the purpose of that is to obviously, go out and have the students engage in physical activities, but also emphasizing leadership, group dynamics, communication skills, social skills, things like that. We have 20, that was quick. I don't think that was actually 6 minutes. 23 teams. And come visit us, guys. We have visits Monday through Friday, and then our next open house is Saturday, November 13th. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I know it goes by so fast. Up next, we have Albright College.
Hey guys, let me pull up my presentation. All right. So hi, my name is Alexis Willis. I'm an admission counselor for Albright. I'm also an alumni. I graduated in 2020 and I studied business and fashion at Albright. So quick at a glance, Albright was founded in 1856 and we're a small private liberal arts college located in Reading, Pennsylvania. So we're about an hour and a half from Philadelphia to 2.5 hours from Washington, D.C., New York City. So we're kind of in the middle of all of these awesome cities that a lot of our students get internships at or are placed in jobs at after they graduate. So it really gives you the opportunity to kind of get off campus, get some experience, as well as have some fun in the cities and, kind of be a tourist. So we have about 1,800 day students enrolled. So we have about a 14:1 classroom ratio. Our classes are really small, thanks to our great intimate learning experiences, as well as connections with professors. We also value inclusivity and equity at Albright. So we are one of the most diverse colleges in the nation, actually, with nearly 50% of our population identifying as non-white. And you can see the multicultural breakup of the class of 2017, just as an example. So moving on to cost, scholarships, and aid. So on the left, you can see the total breakdown of what it would cost to be a student at Albright College. That includes room, board, tuition, and all of those things. And then on the right, we have all of our scholarships listed out. This year, we boosted our merit scholarships a little bit. So we have merit scholarships for our accepted students that range from $8,000 to $19,000 a year. And if you are a resident of Pennsylvania, you can automatically get $16,000 guaranteed upon acceptance. We also have a trustee award. So we'll give students who need more financial help scholarships as well. And then we have the Davis Scholarship, which is a full ride scholarship. You will have to submit an application for that and go through an interview process, and is for students 3.75 or higher. But if you do win that scholarship, your entire college will be paid for all 4 years. We have the Talent Award for our artistically inclined students. Like I said, we're a liberal arts college, so we really value the arts and students who are artistically inclined. So if you have a portfolio of any kind, you can submit that and get up to $3,000. We have a Legacy Award. So if you have family that went to Albright, you can get that. And then the United Methodist Award, which we award for our students who are affiliated with the Methodist Church. And about 97% of Albright students receive financial aid. Moving on to academics, we have 150 different combinations of majors and minors. Something unique about Albright is we have a co-major. So you can major in 2 different fields of study and then come out with 1 degree. That's what I did at Albright. I majored in fashion and business, and I was able to come out with 1 degree. You do have to pick if it is a Bachelor of Arts degree versus a Bachelor of Science, but you'll still be able to get 2 fields of study under your belt and have like a more well-rounded education. So some of our popular majors are biology, business administration, psychology, and computer science. And then we have some awesome unique majors such as fashion, game design, simulation, and music industry studies. Moving on to campus life, we have a bunch of different living options. We have apartments for upperclassmen. We also have pod living, where you share a hallway with fewer students, and then our traditional housing, which is typically what our first year students have. And then we also have affinity houses for clubs and organizations to have their own house. We have 3 different meal plans, the gold, the silver, and the bronze. You can see there the swipes, and then we also have bonus dollars that we give to our students to eat at our on-campus restaurants, such as Jake's Place, which is a fast food restaurant, Jake's Java, which is our coffee shop, and all of those cool things. Clubs and organizations, we have over 90 clubs and organizations ranging from academic clubs to art clubs to fashion clubs. We also have Greek life. We have 3 sororities, 3 fraternities, 1 service fraternity, and then a new Latina sorority on campus. So there's a lot to do. I always say students will definitely find their niche. We have a club for pretty much everything. Athletics, we are Division III. So while we don't award athletic scholarship, we do offer the opportunity for students to continue their athletic career beyond high school. We have 24 varsity sports, which are listed in that awesome little chart below, 7 intramural sports, and 3 club sports. Our sports are men's, women's, and co-ed. And then about 30% of our students are athletes. I was actually a student athlete at Albright. I swam, and I found it really easy to balance schoolwork and athletics. Our coaches definitely work with our professors hand in hand, and we'll always make sure that students have enough time to kind of study as well as time to practice and get good at their sport. So the admission process is super simple. We only require 2 things: the application itself. We have the Albright and Beyond application, which is on our website, or you can apply through the Common App, which I always recommend. And then we need your high school transcript. So it does need to have the 9th through 11th grade grades on there, just so we can recalculate your GPA and award you a merit scholarship. And we are test optional. If you do have a 1200 and above on the SAT or 25 and above on the ACT, you can be qualified to get more merit scholarships. And we are rolling admission, so we accept applications throughout the entire year. And if you want to connect and contact us, here's our information. I appreciate you guys listening to me, and I'll leave my contact information in the chat.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Up next, we have Moravian University.
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Okay. My name is Matthew Guyden. I am one of the newest admissions counselors at now Moravian University. We are now the Moravian University because, as you see on the bottom, a new name, an even brighter future. That is because this is our first year being Moravian University. We, for many years, were Moravian College, but because we added some new programs to our school, we have now changed our name, and we're really excited about what that's brought for our academics and for our students in general. We are located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So we are about from Middlesex County, depending on where you live, somewhere between an hour to about an hour and a half. We are about an hour and 15 minutes from Philadelphia and an hour and a half from New York City. We also are in the Lehigh Valley, which is the 3rd biggest populated area in the state of Pennsylvania. So it goes Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and then the Lehigh Valley. So we are not in an area that is remote. We're not, in any kind of area where there isn't anything to do. We have a lot of restaurants and coffee shops that students can explore. I'm an alum of Moravian as well from 2015, and we were really able to go and explore the town that was near us. It allowed for me to have a great experience, and our student body has grown as well. We are now about 2,000 students undergraduate with our 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We have over 70 areas of study for our students, ranging from just about anything. We also have many different minors that students can explore, that they can go in and double major as well. So we have plenty of options for students ranging from our business. We are very popular in health sciences. We've just built a new health science building for our students, our nursing programs, pre-athletic training, all of our pre-therapy programs. We have a lot of different options that students can explore, and we still have that small campus feel. We have 2 main campuses. We have our North Campus and then our South Campus, which are about a little under a mile from each other, and students shuttle between. The main campus is home to our more traditional majors, and our South Campus is home to our arts, theater, and music majors, as well as some freshman housing as well. We have 22 Division III sports. We play in the Landmark Conference, so we will be traveling for athletic events from New Jersey, Maryland, all across Pennsylvania, New York occasionally, and we have men's and women's sports, obviously, and co-ed as well. We have over 80 clubs and organizations, ranging from everything to your traditional intramurals to we have a cheese club. We have some very unique clubs that any student can find their niche and can find the organization with their interest. It allows for students to be involved, but it's also a school where you don't have to be an athlete or you don't have to be in Greek life in order to have a community. So we have those options for students, but we have a niche for everyone that they could possibly think of. In terms of freshmen living on campus, we have 5 first-year residence halls, 4 are on that north campus, and then 1 is on our south campus. Our housing situation, we can either go individually on our south campus where you live in a suite style and students have their own kitchen, they have their own bathroom, or you can go onto our north campus, which is the more traditional roommate every single year with having co-ed dorms separated by floor as well. Our on-campus dining options, as I mentioned, I graduated in 2015, and every on-campus dining option has been upgraded or renovated since I graduated. So the school has put in a lot into those efforts to improve the student experience and obviously the importance of having good dining options. One of the biggest additions we've had is our newest health science building. So Moravian, one of our more popular areas is everything within health science. So whether that's it's PT, OT, nursing, we have health science as a major, biology. So we have built a new building that we call the Sally, that was named after one of our alum. And it's actually home to one of the only virtual cadaver labs, which is on display here, that students have. We're one of the few schools, even organizations, including hospitals in the state, that many students that have this kind of option. So it's just an example of where we're trying to improve and where we're trying to give our students an experience. The reason that that major and that field of study is so popular, because within about 20 minutes of us, there's about 8 or 9 hospitals. So students have a lot of options going into their clinicals or any sort of experience. They have the ability to go 10 minutes away to the Lehigh Valley Health Network, or to St. Luke's hospitals. So we have a lot of options for students when they want to explore. So a big thing that's a push for our students that's happened in the past couple of years is that we've become an Apple certified campus. So that means that every student, as it says here, receives a MacBook Pro and an iPad, as well as an Apple Pencil, that are included in the tuition, and students may keep that once they graduate from Moravian. So it is no extra charge. It's nothing that students have to give back. And the rationale for this is that way professors are on the same technology, students are on the same technology. So there's no issues in terms of either some kind of formatting or different programs being used. It allows students to not only not have to worry about having that supply, but then also not having to worry about having inconsistencies within the program. We have very popular study abroad programs going all over the world, from Europe down to Australia, New Zealand, some in the US as well. We have options for students if they want to be a little more productive with them, in terms of if they want to go for Habitat for Humanity, if they want to go into the Peace Corps as an option as well. So students have that opportunity to go either for an entire semester, they can go over spring break, or we have a very popular term for in May, where they have that option to go explore. Our career placement is about 97%, as it says here, and 95% of our students graduate in 4 years. When you attend Moravian, you end up graduating pretty quickly. Our admissions fee, as it says here as well, there's no admissions application fee, sorry, and early decision is November 15th. Nursing is our only non-test optional program at Moravian, and regular decision March 15th. And lastly, every student that is accepted into Moravian receives an academic scholarship. It'll start at about $18,000 and it will go to a $28,000. So like it says, 100% of students, and we are the Greyhounds. So that is Mo, our president's dog, and I will leave my information in the chat, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I love it. Always great to end with a picture of a dog. That's adorable. All right. Last but not least, we have University of Mary Washington.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Hart. I am not the normal admissions counselor for your area. That would be Takira Zajac. So I just put her contact information in the chat so that you have that in case you need to get a hold of her. Just getting this pulled up here. So to just give you some kind of overview information about the University of Mary Washington, we are a small public liberal arts school. So we kind of straddle that line between public institution and small private liberal arts school. We are an exclusively undergraduate campus on our Fredericksburg campus. So we don't have any graduate students. Everyone who teaches and works on our campus is there for the undergraduate experience. All of our graduate students are about 20 minutes away on our Stafford campus. So they have their own space, their own resources, their own faculty. That also means that you won't find any graduate assistants or teaching assistants in any of our classrooms. We have about 4,100 undergraduate students on our campus. We are located right smack dab in between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia. So while we're in a smaller town, all of our students have access to both the national capital and the state capital. We are pretty small, like I said. Our student to faculty ratio is 13:1 with an average class size of 19 students. So it's similar, if not smaller, than what most students are experiencing in their high schools. Our classes stay very small. They are mostly discussion-based seminar courses. We don't do a whole lot of lecturing on our campus. And even when you are in a lecture, it's still pretty small. Our largest lecture hall on campus only holds 75 people, and we only have one of those. Being that our undergraduate students get a lot of face time with our faculty and a lot of one-on-one interaction, one of the things that's really prevalent on our campus is undergraduate research. So as I said, we don't have any graduate students. So every faculty member who's doing research on our campus is doing it with undergraduate students. You can do undergraduate research either in your major or for one of your electives. We have over $750,000 a year set aside just to support that undergraduate research. So if it's something that you're interested in, it's absolutely something that you can be a part of at Mary Washington. Our majors live in one of our 3 different colleges. So we have a College of Arts and Sciences, a College of Business, and a College of Education. But being a liberal arts school, we never want you to feel like you're siloed or isolated in your major. We encourage students to take classes across the university, and most of our students end up taking classes in several of our colleges. We actually also don't require students to declare a major until they have 28 credits with us. We think it's really important that you explore what we have to offer. We have a lot of things that you've probably never been exposed to. And so we want you to be able to take the time and really look at a bunch of different things before we make you make that decision. As for student life, we are a residential campus. We require students to live on campus for their first 2 years, unless they're coming from within a 30-mile radius with a parent or guardian. After that 2 years, you are welcome to move off campus, but many of our students stay for all 4 years, and we don't have a problem housing for all 4 years. We have over 150 different clubs and organizations that our students are a part of, everything from club sports to professional organizations, service, community service is actually something that's really big at Mary Washington. It's something that's very important to us. For the 2018-2019 school year, our students did over 19,000 hours worth of community service, and that's just what we were able to track. We also have varsity club and intramural sports. For our varsity sports, we are in Division III in the Coast to Coast Conference. The biggest sport that we don't have that students ask about is football, but that's okay. We still have really lively sporting events. We still have an awesome homecoming. It typically just takes place either around a lacrosse game or at a rugby game. We actually have national champions in rugby. In addition to that, we have 135 study abroad programs in 56 different countries. We have traditional study abroad, we have exchange programs, and then we have shorter programs as well. They range anywhere from a week to 6 weeks long, and they take place during student breaks. You actually go abroad with a Mary Washington faculty member and other Mary Washington students. So it's a much more flexible option if study abroad is something that you think you might be interested in. Our students are very active on campus and off. We have a Center for Career and Professional Development that helps students get internships in the Fredericksburg area, in DC, in Richmond, as well as across the country and sometimes even internationally. Internships and study abroad are 2 of the things that you can do to fulfill your experiential learning requirement in our curriculum. That just means that we think it's really important that you get outside of the classroom and start applying what you're learning to real world scenarios. And so we give you class credit for that. We require you to do some of those extracurricular outside of the classroom things so that you can really get hands-on learning under your belt. we would love to be in contact with you. We are open for tours. We offer 2 tours a day, one at 10:30 and one at 2 o'clock, as well as 2 on Saturday at 9 and 11. We are also having an open house on Saturday. We also have a virtual open house coming up on October 30th and another in-person house on November 6th. So if you would like to visit us, we would love to have you. Thank you all for taking time out of your evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our schools here today. We have some time for some Q&A, so I'm going to ask everyone to come back on screen, and we'll go in the same order as you presented in. So I'll share my screen here and show our first question. Our question for tonight is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So what's your advice for our participants listening today? We'll start with Florida Southern College.
Yeah, so I think one thing that I typically mention to students is try to find the best fit. And I feel like there are different types of fits. Certainly there's academic fit, social fit, financial fit. I think those are kind of the 3 main ones in a lot of situations. There can be other ones like athletic fit if you're looking to play athletics in college, or fine arts. There's proximity to home, in-state, out-of-state. There's other things like that, but generally I think academic fit, social fit, and financial fit tend to be, I think, some of the more important kind of factors to look at when finding the best schools. So, but yeah, just try to find the best fit for where you think you're going to succeed and do well.
Yeah, I echo that. And then I would just also say, if you can, try to visit the campuses, because stepping foot on the campus is a really great way to find out if it is a good fit. So I would say try your best to visit if possible.
To piggyback on that visit, I always say visit a ton of different types of schools. So large, small, public, private, suburban, urban, big city, small city, all of those different kinds, and then figure out which ones you want to visit. And then the other thing is I always mention to visit after you've been accepted, because I think, and I've been told so many times, that you get a different feel from when you walk on campus knowing that could be a reality, because until you have an acceptance letter in hand, it's just kind of a dream and you don't know. So I always say, go visit after you get an acceptance letter, if possible.
I think all of that's amazing advice. I'd also definitely recommend to utilize the admission counselors. We're here for you. We're here to help you throughout this entire process. So definitely keep in touch with us. Let us know of any concerns or issues or questions that you have, and we can definitely help you navigate through it.
Yeah, all great advice. I would say for mine to be open to any schools that either reach out or that you find. The school I ended up going to, I'd never heard of until it reached out to me. So just because you may not have known the schools that are maybe listed here, or know that, I only want to go to Rutgers because everyone in New Jersey knows Rutgers. But being open to other options is really important. And just even if it's a Google search and just doing a quick, hey, what does this school kind of look like? Just to give you that option to not close any doors, because, the school you could fall in love with, maybe one you don't know. So just being open to everything and, having that kind of research done would be really valuable.
I would say my biggest piece of advice is to kind of start this process with some self-reflection. A lot of times when I'm talking to students, I'm hearing that this is really overwhelming. I don't even know where to start. I don't know what's a good fit for me. And so I always recommend that students start this process by just taking some time to think about who you are, what you need out of a school, what kind of environment do you thrive in? Are you the kind of person who needs a lot of one-on-one attention, or do you thrive in big groups? Are you the kind of person who wants a really active social life with big groups of people and going to football games and tailgates? Or are you looking for a little bit more mellow of an experience, maybe a quieter campus? Because that's going to help you in this search. It's not going to only help you know what schools are going to be a good fit for what you're looking for, but it's also going to help you come across authentically in this process. And that's all we're looking for. We're looking to be a good fit for you and looking to see if you're a good fit for us. And And so if you really know yourself and you do that time to take some reflection, you're going to come across authentically and you're going to be able to find a really good fit.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. That's fantastic advice. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here today and sharing more about your schools. We really appreciate it. And thank you, participants, for joining us today. Thank you for listening. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Middlesex. That's strivescan.com/Middlesex. Thank you so much and have a great evening.